Welcome to day 4 of your 5-day meditation journey. I've been reading all your comments and thank you for sharing and for being a part of this journey. I just wanted to really send my gratitude and say that it's been a really wonderful and really great journey for me as well. I've been really enjoying my time with you all and guiding you through all the 5 steps of meditation. So today we reached the 4th step of meditation, and if you guys have had a look at the title of the meditation, today is actually associated with connecting with your energy and feeling your energy. So I wanted to share a little bit about the context and this 5-step meditation and where it actually came from. This actually came from yoga educator Eric Schiffman, and he's a teacher of many other teachers, and his own techniques have been influenced by the lineages of Hatha Yoga from Krishnamacharya, who brought Hatha Yoga from India over to the US. And going back to today, right? Today's step 4 of your 5-step meditation. Some of you mentioned that you're having difficulty connecting with visualizations, or for example, some aspects of meditation come more naturally to you than others. Right? And know that this is a natural part of the process, that there are many different ways to connect with meditation, and it's really about finding what works for you. So today we'll still move through the 3 different steps, but today I will guide you through a meditation that's more focused on feeling your energy. And before we step into that, I want to share with you the idea that the energy you are feeling inside of you, or the energy that you are made of, is in essence actually consciousness, and not just finite consciousness, not your own small self, but also that sense of connection with a greater being, the greater ecosystem that you are part of, the greater society that you are part of. And there is much more within you than you believe, than your visceral self, than your, in Buddhism they call this your small self. I'm not Buddhist myself, and I'm actually not religious, but I like to draw references from various different disciplines, because I feel that using these different lenses to look at a certain perspective will give you an idea of drawing the similarities between experiences. So despite all our differences from the outside, right, how I may look, for example, I may look Asian to you, I have long hair, I'm female, and these may be similarities or difference compared to you, but in essence, actually, we are one and the same. We are made of the same kind of goodness, we are made of the same kind of kindness, that essential goodness that is inside of us. And this is really when we go back to the essence of who we are. When we return to meditation, when you are guided to reach that state of calmness inside of you, that's a safe space that you can always return home to, whatever happens outside. And this is really the essence of step 4, going back to feel the energy you are made of. And furthermore, right, if you're tuning in and you do believe in a god or a few gods, right, depending on whatever religion you believe in, or if you are spiritual but you don't believe in a god, but you do feel that there's a sense of connection with yourself and the world around you, this is when I invite you, right? Today I will invite you to draw and tap into really that sense of connection with the divine. Right? In some religions, in some spiritual thoughts or beliefs, they call this a god. Right? For myself, I'm not sure whether I would believe in a god or not, but I know for sure, based on my own experiences, I have felt that at times I've connected with something much deeper and much more wise, much more knowing, much more loving, that is within me, than what I exhibit on a daily level, right? During mundane situations and mundane interactions. And this is what meditation is about. It's about setting aside time every day so that you connect with the divine parts of yourself that might be covered up, that might be forgotten, that might be ignored, because you're so busy with everything else, just dealing with things on a daily basis, and you're battling all the things as they come towards you, taking care of the kids, rushing to work. And you don't have that time to deeply connect with yourself. And you don't have that time to really listen to the voices of wisdom, the voices of love and care concern, intimacy that are deep inside. They're deep, deep inside. Right, so today we'll be focusing on that. Okay, so I invite you to come join me in a comfortable seated position. I've seen a few of you guys are tuning in. Let me know if you're tuning in. It would be great to hear from you. Come into one of your whichever position, whatever feels right for you. It could be seated on a chair, on a cushion close towards the ground. You can let your spine sway left and right. Always feeling that sense of freedom. I start with a sense of freedom. And then once you feel that your spine is really settled, right, start to, on exhale, let your weight descend towards the ground. Hello, hi Julie. Right, let your weight really begin to release towards the earth. And on inhale, not a forcing, no more fighting, no more resisting. Let your spine relax upwards. A gradual growing with your breath. A few more times like this. And with every breath, gradually allow your body to align. Let your feet, the bottom half of your body really feel the earth, know the earth, and trust the earth. Let your crown of the head, your chin tuck in very slightly. Let your mouth, your jaw relax. Your tongue lay in the cavity of your mouth. Let your palms rest wherever they feel at ease. Coming back to ease. And let your eyes, if it feels alright for you, gently begin to rest underneath the blankets of your eyelids. In the darkness, it is easier to see more clearly. It is easier in the silence to hear what you might have otherwise not heard. And as you begin to drop into the sound of your breath, notice that there are various phases of your breath. Just like the rise and the fall of waves, notice that there is a gentle inhale, a pause, an exhale, another pause, and the wave, your wave of breath starts again and again, again and again. Right? In this stillness, from the outside, your body looks still. There is movement. This is your breath. But in this movement, which is your breath, there is also stillness, and there is the pause. And this is how you begin to watch and observe the waves. And as you exhale, let your body relax. Notice any instinct, right? Any tendency to want to change, to feel that you might need to adjust. Am I doing it right? Notice any of these thoughts, any of these sensations, or any muscles in your body that tend to be hardened or a little bit more rigid. And with exhale, send your breath there, coax them, soothe them like a child, right? Loving them like a child, like a mother, just loving and soothing her children. In a moment, I will sound the bell to mark the beginning of today's meditation. And as you observe and notice your breath, start to feel that you are becoming more and more intimate with yourself. This is like meditation, is like a tender discipline. It's something not quite so simple. One of the best ways to approach this discipline is with tenderness, with love and care. We spend much of our time with other people, listening to the sounds outside. And we forget to really take time to listen, to feel what is happening inside. Come closer and step deeper. So today's invitation is to really begin to drop into your breath, and through your breath start to become acquainted with your mind. So if any of the techniques from the earlier days, the waves, didn't resonate with you, you can return to your breath. The breath is there, available for you always. You can use the counting technique, counting inhale 1, exhale, inhale 2, exhale, all the way till 8, and then back all the way till 1. And as you are doing that counting, notice when clouds of thought, notice when new waves of thought arise in your mind. Furthermore, ride with the waves as we did yesterday. Notice they will rise, reach perhaps even like a climax, and then they will fall, and they will float away, they will descend, they will drift. Everything has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Just like the waves, just like clouds floating in the blue sky of your mind. So watch and ride those waves. And today, furthermore, even more, going one step further, notice if any difficult emotions, thoughts come in your mind. Difficult, uncomfortable, right? Anything causing you dis-ease in sensations, in thoughts. Notice when they arise. And notice your natural instinct and your reaction to them. Whatever that reaction is, whatever your response is, hold yourself with love. Hold yourself with the care. And however difficult it is, really feel what there is to feel and notice what there is to notice. Come closer, breathe deeper, and let your breath guide you. In a moment, I will begin to allow you more silence so that you can really drop into that. So may the silence bring you deeper into yourself. In the final few moments of your meditation, if there has been a difficult situation, a question, something you have been mulling over, you have been pondering over, that you're not sure what to do, right? In your meditation, you can ask yourself, ask that question, ask yourself truly, right? If it were me, please tell me, please show me the way, show me what I should do. Right? And you can ask yourself, trust that you know that answer inside of you will reveal itself. And after you ask, for the next few moments, really be quiet, really be still and listen. Gently and slowly, if you're holding on to any technique, let it go. Release. If any thoughts invite you to join them, think. Let yourself think whatever you would like to think. And so the practice of meditation is really to take time to become intimate with yourself. But at the same time also be able to be really free, returning to that sense of knowing when you can observe your thoughts, when you need to, when you can practice that mindfulness, and when it becomes not so immediately necessary and you can really return to that sense of allowing the thoughts come and go freely. So it's almost like a special power that you have within you, and it takes a little bit of practice. In a moment I will sound the bell to mark the end of today's meditation. Just taking a few moments here as you need. You can gently bring both of your palms together, fingertips touching. Notice the texture of your skin, the sensation of the warmth of your palms against each other. Slowly let your palms rub against each other as you create a little bit of warmth between them. And then slowly and gently increasing the speed, right? Keeping your shoulders really relaxed and your neck as well. And once your palms feel warm enough, you can cover your eyes with your palms, and in the darkness of your palms, gently open your eyes. Slide your palms down your face, touching your face. This is actually my favorite part of the meditation, really. And we don't cradle, we don't love ourselves enough. Right? And that is really remembering to touch and feel ourselves. And back to heart, really back to heart. Coming back to dropping into where your heart is and letting your head bow down towards your heart. Taking one moment here, inhaling Deeply feeling the love, the energy you are made of. Exhale, sending it out into the world. Right. Thank you so much for joining me for today's meditation. I know it hasn't been easy, and the meditation is by nature it's not a quick fix. Right? Many of us look to meditation as, or it's been touted as, having many magical benefits. You can become calm, you can find focus at work. Sure, all of these come, but these come as an added benefit. It's almost like many of us turn to meditation really to seek a deeper answers, to find out more about ourselves. Who are we really? Who am I really? Or you really? What is it I truly care about? What is it I have been ignoring about myself? What questions have I left unanswered? What issues have I swept under the carpet because I've been so busy with all the things in my life? And this is what modern life puts us in this kind of situation. Furthermore, this year COVID has made it really challenging for many of us. So a lot of us have had to deal with much more than we're used to. And we don't have so-called the luxury of time. But one of the quite famous Buddhist monks, Thich Nhat Hanh, he has a very beautiful saying that meditation is actually not a luxury. If you think about it, in 24 hours, right, there are 24 hours, how much time do you really have for yourself? How much time are you setting aside for yourself to become intimate for yourself, just to be still, to be with yourself, with your heart and your mind? This is essentially what meditation is. It's not looking for any answers outside. It's not asking for stimulation. It's not dealing with the problems and other obligations and responsibilities. It's dealing with yourself. It's nourishing yourself. And therefore, it's not a luxury. It's as important as brushing your teeth, washing your face, eating breakfast. It's filling your cup. It's like coming back to yourself, nourishing your heart. And sometimes when I say these things, I feel like almost like my heart is clenching, because I know how it feels, and because meditation does not come naturally to me either. I'm a very impatient person by nature, and I like fast-paced things. I'm a real go-getter, and I'm all about efficiency. I'm all about, what's the point of this? I don't see the direct point. But meditation, from my own experience, and really having come this far and with so much further to go and so much more to learn about myself, it is a tender discipline. Many a times we don't really treat our bodies and our minds with the kind of tender discipline that we should. If any of you have a little bit more time, I'll just talk a little bit more about myself. Some of you may be curious, and I would love to hear from you as well. So in the past, I used to practice yoga, and I was also working full-time. And many of the physical practices I had for myself, and the way I would treat myself, as well as the mental talk in my mind, is very self-deprecating, right? Like, you're not good enough, this is not fast enough, you're not smart enough, this could be better. I never really reached a point where I understood that, there's actually good in me, and that's okay to really accept and be with that goodness, to celebrate that goodness. The same with my body as well. So much of social media, so much of advertising out there right now is focused on how you can produce more, how you can look better, how you can be fitter, how you can earn more money. All of these things, more. And we're always looking outside for more. How we look on the outside, how we feel if we get this new bag, how we feel if we're, at this luxury location, so on and so forth. Really, the true happiness comes from things that cannot be really bought, and the simplest things from really knowing yourself, or fulfilling something that is your heart's desire. But the problem is, many of us don't know what our heart's desire is, because we are so busy being bombarded by these things from outside, and our mind has become infiltrated with all these desires that have been externally placed in my mind, and in your minds, right, in all of our minds. So, coming back to tender discipline, I also used to have a very physical, very more strenuous, strengthening, physically strengthening kind of practice that also drove me to the point of fatigue, to the point of really questioning, is this sustainable? right? Because at the end of the day, life is not a sprint, it is a marathon. I tell this all the time to the mentees, the new yoga teachers that I coach with my clients as well when I do private yoga. It's a marathon, so you don't want to burst and give it your all and then for the rest of your life you're totally wiped out. The same applies to not just physical practices, whether you're doing running, whether you're working, whether you're exercising, but also with your mind, right? Many of the things, and also meditations, is why I keep trying to talk to my students at the studio or with my clients about meditation, even if some of them are not interested at all in meditation. It's just so valuable that this tender discipline to come back to this, it's really a shift in mentality. That discipline is not like sitting down and forcing yourself to do boot camp, or sitting down and like doing like 20 hours of work and then collapsing from the 20 hours of work. It is making time to do the things that are perhaps small or perhaps maybe insignificant or perhaps don't really appeal to you at this point, and you're like, does this really work for me? And really just taking time to start to slow down and really understand what is happening inside of you, and treating your body, your mind with love and care, like how you would care for another person, a child, an old person, right? With that kind of tenderness and love. Very, very often we are good at loving others, and I'm such an example. I am very good at loving others and being tender with others, but not so good with myself. And if you are like me, right? If you know anyone like me, or perhaps like yourself, this is a great way to start to get acquainted with yourself with that tender discipline. Right, so yesterday I mentioned that I would make an announcement, so I wanted to share with you from the 30th of November, I'll be starting a 5-week journey. This is a combination of somatic yoga, which is a very gentle and slow discipline. It's a kind of yoga that incorporates both Dr. Thomas Hanna's somatic movement exercises that help to release chronically held tension in the body. It's great if you have chronic pain in your lower back, if you know someone who has pain in their body for a long time, or if they're recovering from injury. This will be very, very helpful to them. I used to have lower back pain from a lot of the earlier, more energetic, more externally focused practices that I used to have, and that really helped me. So it will be a combination of that and also meditation. So this 5 days, what I really hope to do is to share with you the techniques so that you can begin to practice meditation. Right? If you would like to join this journey, I'm very, very glad, and I would love to share the details with you. So they will be shared later on in the comment box. And if you want to know more details, please, you can leave a hashtag more details in the comment box, and I'll share that with you. And then also with the meditation, right? How you can begin to approach this, because I know many of you will have questions. What now? Tomorrow will be the last day of this 5-day meditation. So I would like to offer one more bonus practice for you all, right? If you are available for the coming week, I think on Monday, if the timing is right. So at the same time, instead of a 15 to 20 minute meditation, I'll be offering a slightly longer one. Right? So we will do the same setup, the first 5 steps, and then I'll leave you a lot of silence, and this will be really on you. Start to really drop into the sound of your breath, and we'll be incorporating everything we learned on Monday's practice. Right, so there will be a bonus practice happening on Monday. I hope you will join me, and perhaps if you know anyone else who might benefit from this, you can share this with them. You can feel free to invite them to the group. This group is always welcome. And then from next Monday onwards, even after the first practice, you're welcome to stay here and revisit any of these practices. From time to time, depending on my availability, I will host as much as possible group sessions here that are free for your viewing. You can tune in. I really hope that by sharing this with you, that it will plant a seed. Right? This is not a tree, this is a marathon. I hope I gave you this seed, and I hope that you plant this seed, and you will be the one, you are the gardener, right? Watering the seed of your heart, right? Watering with the love, with the care, with the intimacy of that seed in your heart, and become closer, become more intimate with yourself. I thank you so much for sharing your energy with me. If you have any questions on today's practice about meditation, about the upcoming program, please let me know. You can leave a comment. You can give me a direct message. All right, please take care, and I'll see you tomorrow for the last day.